from part 1, that is transmission media. So it's also a very easy one, like yesterday's and day before yesterday's. So in this class, we are going to cover about the objectives of this class is, after completion of this unit, you will be able to differentiate what do you mean by guided medium and unguided medium. And we'll also know the features and limitations of different wide medium. And we'll also understand the use of twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, and fiber optic cables. And we'll also come to know about various functions of guided medium. And we will also understand the uses of different connectors. What are the various connectors used in networks, and what are the various uses of those connectors? These are the objectives. So let's start about this one. The first one is transmission medium. What do you mean by a transmission medium? A transmission medium is the one which carries electric signals from one device to another device. It is also known as a communication channel. So how this information will be transmitted from one device to another device? There will be some mediator. That mediator will be called as a transmission medium or communication channel. The link between source and the destination is called transmission medium or a communication channel. You can simply say, what do you mean by a transmission medium? It is a link between source and the destination, or sender and the receiver. It is also called a communication channel through which the sender and receiver will communicate. I hope you understand what do you mean by transmission medium. You can define in different ways. You can see the definition as per a textbook. There are few lines are there. Simply you can say it is the link between the source and destination to communicate, or it is a channel to communicate between the source and the destination. And the next one, the transmission medium can also be classified as two types. It can be classified into two categories. The first one is guided or bounded medium, and the second one is unguided or unbounded medium. It is very important, friends. Those who wants to learn about cyber security also, and the networking and cyber security also, these are the basic information. And in a guided medium, the waves are guided along a solid medium, such as a wire or a cable. Simply, you can remember that a guided medium means it's a cable or a wire, a link, a dedicated link between the source and the destination. And whereas in unguided medium, it is our wireless medium, the electromagnetic waves are transmitted through atmosphere that provides no physical medium. So simply, it is very as simple as that. Guided media means a wire or cable should be there between the source and the destination. And unguided media means there is no particular dedicated link, no physical medium, no physical link. That will, the information from source to destination will travel through various waves, not the physical medium like cables or links. These signals normally broadcasted through free space and thus are available to anyone who has a device capable of receiving them. So this is about the last statement about the unguided medium. I hope you understand what do you mean by a transmission medium. It is a link between source and destination. And I hope you understand about what do you mean by guided medium and unguided medium. It is very important for long answer question. What do you mean by a guided medium? Explain about guided and unguided medium. Medium or media, both are same. Guided medium will have a dedicated link, a solid cable or wire should be there. And unguided medium, there is no physical link between the source and destination. The communication or signals will be transmitted at the atmosphere, through the atmosphere, like using various waves. This is the important diagram. If you get this question in the exam or in general purpose also, if you want to classify the transmission medium, by this picture, you can have the clear idea. Transmission medium, guided medium and guided medium. You can observe this picture. In guided medium, how many categories are there?
Three, sir.
Yeah, what are they? Can you see and tell?
Twisted pair cable,
Uh,
Coaxial cable.
Coaxial.
Okay. Fiber optics.
Yeah. In guided medium, if you get this question, you have to write, you have to draw this picture and you have to explain one by one. In guided medium, there are three types, three categories: twisted pair cables, coaxial cable, and fiber optic cable. Whereas in unguided medium, radio waves, microwaves, and infrared waves. These three, six, you should explain about one by one. Uh, it's very easy and that not a rocket science, easy to understand, it easy to read also. And if you listen and if you discuss with me, so if you have any doubts, then that will be very fine. So we will see about guided media. Media or medium, both are same. So guided transmission media or guided media, both are same. So guided transmission media, what do you mean by that? It is a transmission media in which the signals are guided along a solid electrically conducted medium, such as a copper wire or cable. That means that in guided medium, signals will be guided through a cable. That's it. Simple, remember that in a guided medium, a cable will be there and signals will be guided that you have to travel only through this path. That's it. That only dedicated path, the signals will travel. Through that dedicated path only, the signals will be traveled. And the guided media are made up of an external conductor, usually copper they will use, bounded by a jacket material. You can see the picture in the screen, sorry, on the screen. Generally, whatever the copper wire that travels the signals, that will be surrounded by some extra layers, and that extra layer will also be surrounded by some other extra layer, some jackets like to protect the copper wire, which carries the signals. So the types of guided media are three: twisted pair cable, as you seen in the picture, coaxial cable, and fiber optic cable. Friends, if you go through this topics, you may get a short answer question by asking any explain about twisted cables or explain about coaxial cable or explain about fiber optic cable. You may get any short answer from these three, or you may get a long answer, explain about guided medium and unguided medium. Or simply they may ask about explain about guided medium. In guided medium, we have three types. Again, in three types, in twisted pair cables, that is two types are there, shielded and unshielded. And you have to explain about, you have to write about the advantages, disadvantages, and what is coaxial cable, what are the advantages of coaxial cable, what is fiber optic cable. It is very interesting one, fiber optic cable. If you know the terminology, geofiber, you will come to know the importance. It's a uh, it's an important question, an important topic also for the understanding purpose. So, what do you mean by a guided medium? In the guided medium, the signals will be guided through a physical medium, which is established between source and destination. And this guided medium can be classified into or categorized into three. The first one is, can you say?
Twisted cable pair and coaxial and fiber
Twisted
optic.
pair cable, coaxial cable, and
Fiber optics.
yeah, fiber optic cable. These three categories will be there. So we will see one by one. What is twisted pair cable and what are its types, and what do you mean by coaxial cable, how it looks like, and where it will be used, and what do you mean by fiber optic cable, what is the advantage of it comparing to twisted pair and coaxial cable, and how it works, and why it is having that much importance in the present era. we will discuss all these things. Now we will see about a twisted pair cable. What is twisted pair cable? What do you mean by the word twist? I think you might have known about the word twist, no? Can someone tell what do you mean by twist?
Binding, sir.
Sorry? Okay, no problem. We'll see. Twisted pair cable, the very first one of guided medium. A twisted pair cable, it's very easy one, friends. Just go through the sentence or concentrate on my voice. A twisted pair cable consists of two copper wires, each with its own plastic insulation. In twisted pair cable, two copper wires will be there. The two copper wires will be twisted. What is the need of twisting? Uh, these two copper cables will be twisted together as shown in the figure. So, what do you observe from this picture? Each cable will have their own conductors. You can see at the right side. And those conductors will be covered by
Insulators.
something that is called insulator. So to protect that copper or conductors or copper wires, both are same. Those conductors will be protected by some jacket or layer that is called insulator. So in this twisted pair cable, two cables will be there. That two cables will be twisted. Are you able to see that twisting? How many
Yes,
twists
sir.
are there in that?
Two twists.
Twists, sir. I'm asking twists. Melikalu.
Yes, sir. Two, sir. Two twists.
Only two. ఎన్నిసార్లు మెలివేశారు దాన్ని?
There are multiple this one stitches, you know.
No, I can see only four. No.
That's
Sir.
what. Like if it continues, it will be more, sir.
No.
But
Ma'am, as from the picture, I'm asking.
so it's 4.
Yeah, it's four.
It's four.
So it is very interesting that if you twist as many twists as you do, that will increase the quality of transforming the signals, transmitting the signals. It's very interesting one. Why we need to twist those two copper wires? We will see. One of the wire is used to, we have two copper wires now in twisted pair cables. One of the wire is used to carry signals to the receiver. From sender to receiver, one wire will carry the signals. And whereas the other wire is used as a ground reference. What do you mean by that?
Usually positive and negative will be there, sir.
Okay,
The
sir.
negative cable is grounded one.
Do you agree that the earth will have some force,
We agree.
Yes, sir.
gravitation,
Yes,
or
sir.
Yes,
some
sir.
electromagnetic force?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is related to this one. We will see. So as of now, twisted pair cable will have two conductors or copper wires, and those two copper wires will be covered by two insulators or jackets. That copper wire, two copper wire will be twisted together, and in the two copper wires, one copper wire will carry signals to the receiver, and other copper wire is used as a ground reference. The receiver uses the difference between these two. We will see what do you mean by that. In addition to the signal, someone please mute yourself. In addition to the signal sent by the sender, one of these wires, the external electromagnetic interface noise and crosstalk may affect both wires and create unwanted signals. What do you mean by these?
Some sort of
The
electrical disturbance.
electromagnetic interference will be there no for the earth. That will create some noise. So to avoid this noise, this one cable or this twisting is needed. If you twist more, that will reduce the the noise generated by the earth or any external noises, and will also reduce the crosstalk. What do you mean by crosstalk?
It is an electrical disturbance, sir.
Yeah.
Suppose nearby some of the transmission, some of the other communication may travel.
Exactly, sir. Exactly. So
So
to avoid that one, the twisting is needed. If you twist more and more, there are very less chances to not to get the noise and the crosstalk. So that's why these cables will be twisted. One cable will take care of this one, the elimination of crosstalk and noise, and other cable will carry the signals to the receiver from the center. So where this twisted pair cable will be used? Generally, this pair cable will be used for telephonic communication and in modern Ethernet network. What do you mean by Ethernet network? In the computer networks, cable will be used, to connect the computers. So these cables will be called as Ethernet cables. In that networks also, this twisted pair cable will be used. Generally, in the past, it was used only for telephone communication nowadays, and people are using for networks also to communicating or to farming in networks for the computers. For telephonic communication, a voice grade medium cable is used, but for LAN applications, higher quality cable uh, will be used. So, what do you mean by? I'll forward this slide. I want you to know what you understand by this one. Can you explain what do you mean by twisted pair cable? How this will work? Whatever you remember. Can I expect from somebody? What is twisted pair cable?
Two conductors of copper wire
Yeah, a twisted pair cable will have
with own plastic insulations.
two copper wires will be there.
Yes,
These
sir.
two copper wires will be covered by two insulators or two jackets or some other layer. You can write in general way.
Uh,
one cable carry the signal and other cable used for
Used for the ground references
ground
to
references.
reduce the noise and the crosstalk. Okay, to reduce the noise generated by the earth electromagnetic waves. And the twisting is needed to eliminate the crosstalk. And any other information?
these are used for the modern internet.
Twisted pair cable generally used for telephone communication system, and nowadays also people are Ethernet cables.
Yes,
In the
Ethernet
Ethernet
cable.
cables, they are using.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's it. The diagram you should remember.
Okay, sir.
Next one we will see. This is the continuation of guided medium. Also twisted pair cable. There are two types of twisted pair cables. One is shielded and other is unshielded twisted pair cables. What do you mean by unshielded and what do you mean by shielded? Shield cover means what? The information will be hidden. Means whatever you want to hide, that will be kept in some cover. Like it will apply the same meaning. Shielded twisted pair cable. First, we will see UTP, unshielded twisted pair cable, and STP, shielded twisted pair cable. What do you mean by unshielded twisted pair cable? It is very easy one. The upper layer jacket will not be there. We can see this one, the sentence. It is the most common type of twisted pair cable used in data communication is known as unshielded twisted pair cable. I'm Each of the 8 individual copper wires in UTP cable is covered by an insulating material. You can see, no, this one.
Yes, sir.
Unshielded twisted pair cable. See,
Yes.
these two cables, these two copper cables, two conductors, and one like this 8 cables will be there in unshielded twisted pair cable. Those cables will be covered by some plastic cover. This is unshielded. Whereas in shielded twisted pair cable, this plastic cover again covered by some other layer. You can see the picture. This is shielded twisted pair cable. This cables has a metal foil or braided mesh covering which encases each pair of insulated conductors. Electromagnetic noise penetration is prevented by material casing, and this provides EMI, electromagnetic interface shielding, and also eliminate crosstalk. We will see the picture. Uh, by this picture, you can see this one. What do you observe this one? By unshielded and shielded tissue paper cable, you don't bother about the text. You see the picture and what you understand, you put it on the paper.
There is a shielding is there, sir. Metal
Where,
shielded.
sir?
There is covered with a metal shield for the plastic cover.
Yes.
Cover the twisted pairs.
Yes. So, madam, we came to know that there will be 8 cables will be there. So two cables will be twisted together. In these two, whereas 8 cables, no, 4 pairs will be there.
Yes, sir.
Each pair will be covered by a metal shield. Like that, these 4 pairs of cables will be covered by metal shield. And these 4 pairs again will be covered by plastic cover.
Okay, sir.
This metal shield is not there in unshielded twisted pair cable. So if there is no metal shield like this, there is a chance for crosstalk. Cables will be there together. Here, what we are doing, 2 cables, they are using some metal for 2 cables. Again, 2 cables, they are using some metal to cover those 2 cables. Like that, 4 different pairs will be there. Different pairs will be covered by some other metal shields. And all these 4 together, again covered by some plastic cover. You can see this picture. This is not there in the. By this picture, this unshielded twisted pair cable, you'll come to know. Whereas in this unshielded twisted pair cable, these 8 individual copper wires should be there. 8 cables, 8 copper wires together will be covered by a plastic cover. There is high chances for noise generation and crosstalk disturbances. Whereas in this shielded twisted pair cable, for each 2 cables, that means for each pair, there will be a metal shield. That metal will protect that particular pair from the noise and crosstalk from the other pairs of the cables. So which one is more secure, you feel?
Shielded, sir.
Shielded only, definitely
Shielded
shielded
only,
only.
sir.
2 వైర్స్ కి కవరింగ్ ఉంటుంది. షీల్డెడ్ లో 8 కేబుల్స్ కలిపి ఉంటుంది ఒకటే. ఇక 2 కేబుల్స్ కి కవరింగ్ ఉంటుంది. అగైన్ దట్ విల్ బి కవర్డ్ బై సమ్ అదర్ జాకెట్ ఆర్ ప్లాస్టిక్ కవర్. Got it or not, friends?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Nothing is there. It's very easy one.
Yes, sir.
Then coaxial cable. You may get this one. This is compulsory question for each and every question paper, guided medium and unguided medium.
Okay, sir.
And there are connectors also.
Sir.
RJ45, RJ11, RJ12. These connectors will be there. These are also there at the end of the unit. That is also very important one.
Excuse me, sir.
Sorry, please.
Sir, మాకి PPT కావాలంటే ఎలా?
You are there in the group, no?
Which group, sir? Computers.
You from which center you are, madam?
From Varangal Center, sir.
Oh, you are not there in WhatsApp group.
Yes, sir.
Okay. By the end of the class, I'll share my WhatsApp number so that you can, if you put a message, I'll add you to the group. I'll share the PPT in the group.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, fine.
From the first class to now, I want the PPT from this subject.
All the
sir.
PPTs.
Okay, sir.
This is the text. This is the content taken from our textbook only. They have given very easy manner.
Length of the description, sir.
No, I have taken each and every sentence from there only. Okay, ma'am, let it be. We will discuss it later. No
Okay,
problem.
sir.
The next one in the guided medium, we have seen three types of guided medium are there, no? Twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, and fiber optic cable. The second one we are uh, going to see about is coaxial cable. What do you mean by a coaxial cable? Where it will be used? Just remember your cable TV wire. That will help you to understand this one. A coaxial cable contains two conductors that are parallel to each other. The center conductor in the cable is made of copper. It can be either a solid wire or a standard wire. If you see the picture, you'll get a clear idea. Outside the central conductor, there is a non-conductive material. It is usually a white plastic material. If you see the cable TV wire, you'll get a clear picture about this one. This is about that only. A white plastic material is used to separate the inner conductor from the outer conductor. The other conductor is a fine mesh made from copper. It is used to shield the cable from electromagnetic interference, EMI. Coaxial cable is mostly used in cable TV system to distribute TV signals to individual homes. Coaxial cables has traditionally been an important part of the long distance telephone network. A coaxial cable can carry more than 10,000 voice channels simultaneously using frequency division multiplexing. This topic is really interesting on frequency division multiplexing. I don't know whether you are having this topic or not. So a single coaxial cable will carry 1,000 channels, voice channels simultaneously. The principal constraint on performance are the attenuation, thermal noise, and inner modulator noise. You can see the picture, friends. Are you able to see this picture?
Yes, sir.
I'll maximize it. Okay. What can you observe from this? You can imagine if you see the cable TV wire, the inner conductor is there. That inner conductor is covered by, what is there? What is covering the inner conductor?
Outer conductor, sir.
The insulator or some layer. That layer will also be covered by some other outer conductor, extra shield. That extra shield will also be covered by other insulator. Then
Plastic.
that is also covered by some plastic cover. See how much secure it is. This will be used in TV cable systems. Coaxial cable. Whenever you say the coaxial cable, you just remember that cable TV wire. There are some standards for the coaxial cables. If you get this question in the exam, you write about what are the layers. If you see the picture about coaxial cable, you write about that picture. There will be some inner conductor that will be covered by some insulator, that will be covered by some shield, that will be covered by some insulator, and that will also be covered by a plastic layer, and where it will be used, and how many channels it can carry. You can write. Redmi Y2, why are you annotating? Yeah. Coaxial cables are categorized by their radio government ratings. Each radio government number denotes a unique set of physical specifications, including the wire gauge of the inner conductor, the thickness and type of the inner insulator construction. You can see the picture here. These coaxial cables, radio government, that is 59 number, will be used for cable TV. And this coaxial cable number 58 will be used for thin Ethernet in means networking. This RG11 will be used for thick Ethernet. Just these cable standards are not necessary for the exam point of view. Whatever you understand about the cables, when here it will be used, you can write about that. And the next one is the third one of guided medium is fiber optic cable. This is the leading one in the world right now. Fiber optic cable, geo fiber. I told you yesterday, a single fiber optic cable, it's very, very thin in size that has the capability to carry
10,000 of lines.
25,000 calls per second. The call, not exactly voice call. The message or chat or browsing, whatever you do the request, that can carry 25,000 per second. A single fiber optic cable. There are thousands of fiber optic cable put together in a single cable that carries. We will see it's very interesting one actually. The fiber optic cable consists of a glass-like material. It is important word. A glass-like material that transmits the signal in the form of light. The glass and light are having a relation, good relation. The light, what is the speed of the light? I think we don't know. It is something 0.10 to the power or something. It's very huge one. It's very faster. So that much faster the cable will carry the signals. Someone search and what is the speed of the light and can let me know, no? Can you tell, please?
1 minute.
Okay.
Sir, 1,80,000 miles per second.
Wow. 1,80,000 miles per second. 1 mile is how many kilometers, sir?
In kilometers, 3 lakhs kilometers per second.
See, you can imagine, friends, 3 lakhs kilometer per second. That's why Geo company has established cables around the globe only with Geo fiber cables. They are using fiber cables and they are naming it as Geo fiber. They are using their company name. Sir, how many kilometers per second, sir?
3 lakhs, sir. 3 lakhs
3
kilometers.
lakhs kilometers per second it can carry the signals. This is the highest faster cables in the world right now. Geo fiber, a fiber optic cable consists of a glass-like material. You can see the picture, friends. I'll show you here. You can see, no? The second one. The first one also, the core you can see in the first picture. Core you can see in the second picture, you can see, no, glass-like material. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
In the
sir.
second picture, yeah, that is there like that. It's a glass-like material and that transmits the signals in the form of light. కాంతి వేగంతో ప్రయాణిస్తాయి signals. 3 lakhs kilometers per second it can travel. The light travels in a straight line as long as it is moving through a single uniform substance. So, why straight line? If it is there in straight line manner, it travels very faster. If there are any obstacles or any other turnings, and it may get somewhat very fraction of nanoseconds delay, but it is as long as it is straight line, it moves very faster. So
Sir,
if
the cable itself also, it is very very rigid, sir. So it is not a twisted one. We cannot twist the fiber cables actually.
yes, exactly. If it's have a sensitivity to break.
Yeah.
If it breaks, then it will get the disturbance of the carrying the calls. Actually, and there are thousands of engineers who will take care of. Actually, if one fiber optic cable get damages, and there will be some alternatives that can take care of this information. If one cable is carrying, there are in the second picture you can see number of cables, no fiber optic cables. If one cable is carrying some information from source to destination, due to some problem, if that got affected, that damaged, and alternate immediately there will be some alternate cable that can handle all these requests, all this information.
Yes, sir.
That is the advantage of this one. And
Uh, we have seen, sorry to interrupt, sir. We
yeah,
have seen in VSNL, Videsh Sanchar Nigam Limited,
okay,
whereas
madam.
SIMI V3, SIMI V2, flag, these are the cables which carries international information. So
Okay, madam.
one, it fails, then immediately the switch over to the other alternate path will be there.
Exactly. Otherwise, the entire communication system will be collapsed.
Right.
Yeah, nice, madam. Thank you. So this is like you can see if the ray of light traveling through a one medium enters the other medium, the ray changes its direction. The optical fibers uses reflection to guide light through a channel. A glass or a plastic core surrounded by, you can see the first picture about the second last point. A glass or a plastic core surrounded by a cladding of less dense glass or a plastic. So if you see this, the first picture, you can see about the security of this particular fiber optic cable. And you can see the last picture from source to destination, how this can travel by using directions. This direction, you can see those some ups and downs arrows.
Yes, sir. That is the reflection of light transfer.
Yes. Why it is needed, sir?
So light has to travel through reflections only, no, sir?
Exactly. So due to this only, it's traveling that much faster. And there are, so this is about the layers actually. You can see this picture. The layers, you can, if you can write about the fiber optic cables, what it is and how many layers are there, how it will works. In general, you can write. So these are three layers are there. The first one is a core layer, that is glass or plastic material will be used. And the next one is the cladding, which is in blue color. And this covers the core part. And the next one is coating part, which is the above to the white one, blue one. So these are the three layers. And next one is propagation modes. The fiber optic cable supports two types of modes. Single mode fiber optic. That single mode fiber optic contains a very small glass core, allowing only a single ray of light to travel across it. It supports only, as you can see, the single mode fiber optic cable supports the length only up to 2 kilometers, the bandwidth of 100 megabits per second. So the limit is only 2 kilometers, 100 megabits per second. 100 megabits per second means it is not even 1 kb. And the next one, multi-mode fiber optics. It is larger glass core it will have, and it supports 100 kilometers range, and the bandwidth will be 2 gigabits per second. If you see the small b, that is bits. If you see the capital B, that is byte. This one. This is, you can see the picture now. In this, the blue color are all are the fiber optic cables.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
So what are the advantages of fiber optic cables? You can write about the what do you mean by fiber optic cable? What are the layers? What are the core layer and cladding layer? Like that you can write, and you can write about how much how faster it is, and you can write about advantages and disadvantages also. Advantages of fiber optic cables. Higher bandwidth. It supports higher bandwidth compared to twisted pair and coaxial cable. What do you mean by bandwidth? The maximum capacity that a cable can carry. Maximum ఎంత possible అవుతుంది. That is the maximum is possible through fiber optic cable only when you compare with twisted pair and coaxial cable. And the next one is next advantage is less signal annotation. Fiber optic transmission distance is significantly greater than other guided medium. Next one, it is more secure. Immunity. Electromagnetic noise cannot affect the fiber optic cable due to it travels like a light reflection. And lightweight. It's very lightweight compared to the other. And disadvantages, maintenance is installation and maintenance is literally difficult actually. Only experts can handle that, not everybody. And unidirectional light propagation. Propagation of light is unidirectional. It's only in the straight line. If you need a bidirectional communication, two fibers are needed. It will travel only from source to destination actually. If you need both in half duplex, you need two cables. And cost is also high. That is one more disadvantage. And coming to the unguided medium, generally you can say other than physical medium, unguided medium, less waves. Using waves, the information will be transmitted from source to destination. Unbounded or unguided medium transport electromagnetic waves without using a physical wire. This type of communication is often referred to as wireless communication. The signals are transmitted through free space. These are available to anyone that has a device that capable of receiving them. Signals can be transmitted without a particular dedicated path. ఎలా అంటే అలా ట్రావెల్ చేస్తాయి. ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మనం పంపించే మెసేజెస్ కూడా అంతే. If you send a message to one person, that message will be split into packets. That packets may travel to nearby towers. If the tower is too busy, and the sum of the packets from this message will be travel to other tower which is nearby. కొన్ని ప్యాకెట్స్ ఇక్కడ నియర్ బై టవర్కి వెళ్తాయి. ఆ టవర్ బిజీగా ఉంటే వేరే కొన్ని ప్యాకెట్స్ ఇదే ఒక మెసేజ్ లో ఉన్నవే వేరే టవర్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్తుంటాయి. ఫైనల్గా అవన్నీ ఒక దగ్గర రీచ్ అవుతుంటాయి. So these unguided medium, as per our textbook, there are three types of waves will be used for wireless communication. That is radio waves, microwaves, and infrared waves. So we will see brief about the radio waves. Electromagnetic waves ranging in the frequencies between 3 kilohertz and 1 gigahertz are normally called radio waves. How can you divide the waves based on the frequencies? If the frequency of the electromagnetic waves are 3 kilohertz to 1 gigahertz, that is called radio waves. The radio wave signals are unidirectional. Unidirectional means simplex mode. Means only information will be sent from source to destination only, not in the both direction. Okay direction lo veltundi, reverse lo raadu. When antenna transmits these waves, they are propagated in all directions, which makes the antenna need not to be aligned. You can see the picture, you'll get idea. Radio waves propagates in the mode, in the sky mode, and can travel long distance. You can see this picture, no? Omnidirectional antenna. What do you mean by omnidirectional? Means there is no particular direction. It can travel uh, యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్. దానికి ఇష్టం వచ్చినట్లు సిగ్నల్స్ ట్రావెల్ చేస్తుంటాయి, పర్టికులర్ డైరెక్షన్ ఏముండదు, ఎటంటే ట్రావెల్ చేస్తుంటాయి. సో దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ రేడియో వేవ్స్. రేడియో వేవ్స్, ద రేంజ్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీస్ 3 kilohertz to 1 gigahertz, and radio waves will travel only unidirectional. There is no particular direction, and that can be propagated in all the directions. It can travel long distances also. And what are the advantages of radio waves? It is easy to communicate through a radio waves in difficult terrains, since there is no need of digging and laying cables. జనరల్ గా గైడెడ్ మీడియంలో అయితే ఖచ్చితంగా మన కేబుల్స్ ఉండాలి కాబట్టి వాటిని భూమిలో తవ్వి వేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. ఈ రేడియో వేవ్స్ అయితే అవి ఎక్కడున్నా ట్రావెల్ చేస్తాయి కాబట్టి కేబుల్స్ తో పని లేదు, డిగ్గింగ్ అవసరం కూడా లేదు. రేడియో వేవ్స్ కెన్ ట్రావెల్ త్రూ ఎ లాంగ్ డిస్టెన్సెస్ లైక్ ఆల్ డైరెక్షన్స్. ఇట్ ఈస్ ఓమ్ని డైరెక్షన్, నో, ఇట్ కెన్ ట్రావెల్ ఎనీవేర్, నాట్ ఓన్లీ ఇన్ ద పర్టికులర్ డైరెక్షన్. Radio waves can easily pass through the obstacles like a building, so they can be used for both indoor and outdoor communication. ఏది ఉన్నా కూడా దాని లోపల నుంచి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. సో దిస్ ఈస్ వన్ అడ్వాంటేజ్. అండ్ వాట్ ఆర్ ద డిసడ్వాంటేజెస్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ రేడియో వేవ్స్? ఇట్ ఈస్ ససెప్టబుల్ టు వెదర్ ఎఫెక్ట్స్ లైక్ రెయిన్, థండర్స్టార్మ్. వాతావరణం బట్టి వాతావరణ ఎఫెక్ట్స్ దీని మీద ఉంటుంది. The data transmitted through radio waves is not secure because that can travel in different directions. No, there are high chances for the hackers to hack those waves. This is one. And coming to the next unguided medium is microwaves. This microwave electromagnetic waves, the range is 1 gigahertz to 300 gigahertz. What is the range of radio waves?
1 gigahertz to
No.
300 gigahertz.
Radio waves.
3 kilohertz to 1
3
gigahertz.
kilohertz to 1 gigahertz.
Yes, 3 kilohertz to 1 gigahertz. And microwaves is 1 gigahertz to 300 gigahertz. Will be called as microwaves. These are all electromagnetic waves only, but based on the range of frequencies that will be categorized. So these microwaves also unidirectional. And when an antenna transmits the microwaves, they are narrowly focused. That means the sending and receiving antennas need to be aligned. You can see the picture, you'll get idea. So I have one doubt, friends. If I change my house from somewhere to somewhere in the city, I have a like Airtel dish at my home. Can I fix it my own?
No, sir, you
No.
cannot fix.
We
I'm
cannot
not
fix it.
expertise in that actually.
No, sir, you cannot fix. Why? Because they have configured the certain frequency, certain credentials to credential for the particular location.
That is related to this one. They will set up the antenna and the dish in particular direction. That is related to this one. We will see. You can see the last sentence, no? The sending and receiving antennas need to be aligned. And some of the characteristics of microwave propagations are: microwave propagation is a line of sight. This is due to this concept of line of sight that antennas and dishes are setting up. The technician will do that. What do you mean by line of sight? We will see the picture. Don't worry. Very high frequency microwaves cannot penetrate walls. The microwave band is relatively wide, almost 299 gigahertz. The use of certain portion of the band requires permission from the authorities. The unidirectional antenna. Microwaves uses unidirectional antennas that send signals only in one direction. The types of antennas used in microwaves are parabolic dish antenna. See how this our dishes, our TV dishes will be. That shape will be called as parabolic dish, like a parabola.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the signals which we receive for the cable TV dishes will be microwaves only. A parabolic dish antenna will be there and horn antenna will be there. A parabolic dish antenna is based on the geometric of parabola. Every line, you can see the picture here. So which is our cable TV? Dish antenna is there no here. They will set up. The straight lines are there no in the picture for the first picture.
So,
Friends, those straight lines will be called as line of sight. You know why they are setting up. You can see the pictures, no? 3 lines are there and above the word focus and 3 lines are there below the word focus, right?
Yes, sir.
In the first picture, they
Yeah,
will set up the dish
Yes,
antenna
sir.
like this. The line of sight, the waves will travel directly to this dish, and from there that will reach the focus. The focus point will be there. Something will be there for the dish.
yes.
If they set up like this only, that will this microwaves will come to this dish, and from there that will be reached to the focus. From that focus, we can see the signals to our TV. This is what that is only possible for the technicians, not for us. This is about microwaves. Simply, you can say about microwaves. You can describe about antennas. This is one example actually. We will see the advantages of microwaves. Microwave transmission does not require a cables. Yes, it is wireless. It can carry 25,000 voice channels at the same time. And what about radio? Ease of communication over difficult terrains, likely hill areas. Hill areas లో కూడా కమ్యూనికేషన్ అనేది ఈజీగా చేయొచ్చు through these microwaves. Some are the disadvantages are there. Repeaters are used at regular intervals. అంటే లాంగ్ డిస్టెన్స్ ఉందనుకోండి, మైక్రోవేవ్ సిగ్నల్స్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయడానికి రిపీటర్స్ అవసరం అవుతుంది. సిగ్నల్ ఎక్కడి నుంచో యాంటీనా నుంచి వస్తుంటాయి, అక్కడ నుంచి మళ్ళీ సిగ్నల్స్ సేమ్ రిసీవ్ చేసుకున్న సిగ్నల్స్ సేమ్ యాస్టిస్ గా మళ్ళీ ఎన్ని సిగ్నల్స్ రిసీవ్ చేసుకుంటామో అంతే ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ మళ్ళీ సిగ్నల్ ముందుకి ప్రొపగేట్ చేయడం కోసం రిపీటర్స్ అవసరం. 25 to 30 కిలోమీటర్స్, ఎవ్రీ 25 to 30 కిలోమీటర్స్ వీ నీడ్ టు హ్యావ్ ఏ రిపీటర్స్. ఎక్కడైతే టవర్ నుంచి సిగ్నల్స్ వస్తాయో ఆ సిగ్నల్ కొంత దూరం ట్రావెల్ చేస్తాయి. ఆ తర్వాత ఎంత సిగ్నల్స్ అంతే సిగ్నల్ మళ్ళీ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయడానికి కోసం 100 కిలోమీటర్స్ డిస్టెన్స్ లో ఉంది హౌస్. ఇక్కడ నుంచి సిగ్నల్ ట్రాన్స్మిట్ అయ్యాయి. ఎంత వేగంతో సిగ్నల్స్, ఎంత ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ సిగ్నల్స్ వెళ్ళాయో అంతే ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీతో సిగ్నల్ మళ్ళీ ట్రావెల్ చేయాలంటే దేర్ షుడ్ బి సమ్ రిపీటర్. దట్ రిపీటర్ విల్ రిసీవ్ ద సిగ్నల్ ఫ్రమ్ యాంటీనా, ఫ్రమ్ దేర్ that will transmit. So the disadvantages for the microwaves, for every 25 to 30 kilometers, we should have a repeater. That makes cost oriented, expensive for the mode of communication. And installation and maintenance of microwaves like turns out be very expensive affair. And transmission is affected by weather conditions. ఈ వేవ్స్ అనే అన్గైడెడ్ మీడియం డిసడ్వాంటేజ్, ప్రతి దాంట్లో ఈ డిసడ్వాంటేజ్ ఉంటుంది. వెదర్ ఎఫెక్ట్ ఉంటుంది. రెయిన్స్ కానీ, థండర్ స్టార్మ్స్ కానీ, ఎర్త్క్వేక్స్ సంబంధం లేదు, ఇంకా ఏమైనా బ్యాడ్ వెదర్ కండిషన్స్. అండ్ ద థర్డ్ వన్ ఆఫ్ అన్గైడెడ్ మీడియం ఈస్ infrared waves. The infrared waves, the range is 300 gigahertz to 400 terahertz. So it can be used for a short distance communication. Far infrared waves are thermal. This is the reason we feel the